Yes, good morning students. So we are going to study today geography lesson number 6, that is importance of oceans. Okay children. See, in the previous standard we have studied the lithosphere and hydrosphere of the earth and the portion of land and water on earth and also the major oceans. Yes, what is lithosphere over here? It's the rigid outer part of the earth consisting of the crust and upper mantles. Okay. So, and what is hydrosphere? Hydrosphere is the water. We have studied about the water of the earth. Now, note the area of each oceans given in the following table. Now, they have given over here the table of the ocean. Yes, we'll just see it over here. Let's importance of oceans. Yes, they have given a table over here. And the area, how much area it is. The ocean's name, it's a Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, then third is Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean and Arctic Ocean. Okay, so we are going to see how much area it is. Square kilometer. Okay. Yes. Yes. Now, here they are given Pacific Ocean. How much it is? The area of Pacific Ocean is 16 crores 62 lakhs 40,977 square kilometers, right? Second one, Atlantic Ocean. The area of Atlantic Ocean is how much? Yes, 8 crore 65 lakhs 57,402 square kilometer. Indian Ocean. How much? What is the area of the Indian Ocean? It's 7 crore 34 lakhs 26,163 square kilometers. In Southern Ocean, its area is 2 crores 3 lakhs 27,000 square kilometer, right? Then Arctic Ocean. What is the area? The total area? It's 1 crore 32 lakhs 24,476. Okay, children? Now, the hydrosphere includes all the water bodies that exist on the earth. Now, hydrosphere. Now, all the waters on the earth's surface includes all the water bodies that exist on the earth. This covers all the oceans, seas, rivers and their tributaries, lakes, reservoirs and also groundwater. Now this covers all the oceans which is present on the earth, yes, and the rivers and the tributaries. What is the tributaries? The rivers that flows into a larger, small rivers which falls into a larger river. Okay, lakes, reservoirs. Okay, now what is the reservoir? Reservoir is a large natural or artificial lake used as a source of water supply. It's a large natural or artificial lakes which is used for the source of drinking water supply. Now, of the total global water, 97.7% is contained in oceans. See, the total number of global water is contained in which is contained in the ocean is 97. That is 97.7%. Just imagine. Okay. We always see the living world around us. There is considerable diversity in the living. And considerable diversity means what? See, large in size, great in amount. Yes, there is considerable diversity. We have always seen the living world, the human beings, all the human living things in the world around us, and there is a large amount of different kinds. Diversity means different types of living things on the world, on the land. The living world in the hydrosphere in many times greater than the living world on land. Now, the living world in the hydrosphere, which is the living world in the water. All the living world in the water is many times greater. The animals, those who are living in the water, are greater in numbers than the living world on the land. Those who are living on the land, they are in small quantity, and it has much greater diversity. Okay, and many types of different types of fishes or living things are there in the water, in the oceans. Now, Take some water in a steel dish. Yes, it is better if the water is from a borewell. Keep the water in direct sunlight. Do not remove the dish until all the water gets evaporated. Now you have to take a dish, a steel dish with filled with water. Okay, and keep that water. The water should be of the bore well. Okay, keep the water in a direct sunlight, where there is a direct sunlight. In the afternoon you get a very bright heat. Yes, very you get a direct sunlight from the sky, right? So keep near that, under it, and do not remove the dish until that all the water is evaporated. So observe the dish after the water has evaporated completely. What do you see? You see that the dish taste the substance in the dish. Now if you see all the water is evaporated, what is remaining over there? Nothing. But if you take the bore water, and if the water evaporates, you see some stains over there, white stains over there. What is it? You must have noticed that after the water evaporates completely, a whitish layer is left in the dish. You have tasted. If you taste it, you will find that it is salty. So why it is salty? You will realize that there are the salts in the water. That these are the salts in the water. What is that water? White thing remaining in the dish? That is the salt. That is nothing but the salt. In drinking water, the proportion of salt is quite low. So, when you are drinking water, your corporation water, the proportion of the salt in it is very low. Water from oceans and seas has a greater amount of salt, hence it is salty. So the water from the oceans and seas, if you taste it, it tastes salty. Why? Because it has a greater amount of salt in it. Yes. Now, where does the water flowing through the river go in the end? You all have realized it? Yes, where does the water flowing through the rivers go in the end? Yes, the water flowing through the rivers goes in sea or oceans, right? In the end, again it goes in the oceans and seas. Okay. Are there volcanic eruption in the seas? Yes. You all must have seen in the sea also the volcano erupts. Yes, you all must have seen in the movie, TVs and all. See, there is a picture over here. They have shown on the page number 32 over here. 32, you can see the volcano eruption under the ocean. Yes, it has clearly shown over here. Then, there is abundant aquatic life in the ocean. Now, what is this? Aquatic abundant life in the ocean means, see, aquatic life means what? Aquatic means any plants or animals, life that uses surface water as primary habitat for at least a proportion of its life cycle. Yes. So, and abundant means what? Existing in a very large quantity, right? So there is a large quantity of this aquatic life in the oceans. What is this aquatic life? The plants and animals living in the water, in the ocean. From the microscopic planktons to huge whales. What is this planktons now? Yes, planktons are the device collection of organisms that live in large bodies of water and are unable to swim against the current. So they provide crucial source of food to many small and large fishes. So they are the food of the large and huge whales, large and small fishes. Okay. So from the microscopic planktons to huge whales, different types of living things are found in the oceans. So many things are found in the oceans. Once they die, their remains accumulate in the ocean, and once they die, their remains accumulate means it gets collected to a quantity of something. It gets collected and sinks on the surface, right? All rivers flowing from mountains or hilly areas finally meet the oceans. Now all the rivers which are flowing from the mountains or hilly region, where does this water goes? Finally they meet, all the water goes and meets in the oceans. Sediments from eroded lands. What are eroded lands? Means damaged lands. What are damaged? The lands which are damaged. Yes. Now sediments means what? The matters that settles to the bottom of a liquid. Yes, in the water, whatever the dirt and all, the dead particles, the dead fishes or anything that is settled, that settlements from eroded lands, damaged lands, trees and bushes flowing with the water, dead remains, etc. enters the ocean with this river. Now with this river everything is entered in the along with the rivers, it enters into the ocean. In both the above process, the dead remains decomposed. Decomposed means what? Yes, decomposed means to slowly be destroyed by natural chemical process. Yes, the dead remains, if the dead is remaining in one place, yes, and after some times that body it get decomposed, right? So in about both the process, the dead remains decomposed, releasing various minerals and salts in the ocean water, and along with this various minerals and salts are also brought up in the ocean, right? Now volcanic eruption occurs on land. You all have seen that, yes? But similarly, volcanic eruptions take place in the ocean as well. As I showed you all the picture over here, this you all have seen over here, this volcanic eruption under the ocean, right? During volcanic eruption, different minerals, ashes, salts and gases are added to the water. Along with this volcanic eruptions, different minerals are also minerals, ashes, then salts, gases are added to the water. It gets mixed with the water. Now this increases the levels of salts and minerals in ocean, and because of this erosion along with the minerals during the volcanic eruption, the gases, the salts and everything, it increases the levels of the salts and the minerals in the ocean. Due to the continuous evaporation of the oceanic water, the proportion of salts also increases. Yes? Evaporation means what? Due to the continuous evaporation of the oceanic waters. Evaporation means what? The process of turning water from liquid into vapor. Yes, due to the high heat, the proportion of salts also increases, right? Now all these things make the ocean water salty. Now all these things together make the oceanic water as salty. Thus, the salinity of ocean water is different at different places. Now what is salinity? Salinity is amount of salt contained in the water. Yes, the amount of salt contained in the water is different at different places. Yes, it is not same everywhere. Some places it may be little salty, somewhere it may be more salty. So it depends on different places. Salinity is expressed in terms of mils, particles per thousand. Yes, it is expressed in the term as mils, that is particles per thousand. The average salinity of oceanic water is 35 parts thousand. It is called as 3.5% also, or it is called as 35 parts per thousand. Yes, the Dead Sea is also, see this, 35, yes, this is 35 parts per thousand, or it is also called as 33.5%. Okay. Yes. So the Dead Sea is known to have the maximum salinity. So the Dead Sea, you all must be knowing the Dead Sea, it has it is known to have the maximum salt. It is more salty. The most saltiest water is the Dead Sea. Its salinity is 332 parts per thousand. Okay. Now we obtain salt from the salty waters. From where do we get the salt? We get salt from the salty waters. Salt as a substance is obtained by constructing salt pans in the coastal areas. So you all can see over here, the picture over here, see how the salt is formed. See over here, they have shown over here the picture over here of the how the salt is formed. Yes, page number 33, 6.4. Yes, salt is an item in our diet. So in each and every food what we take, we put salt in it. Salt is a must. Yes, most of the food we put salt. Many minerals like phosphate, sulfates, iodine, etc. are also obtained from the sea. See now. Now these also minerals, like many minerals like phosphates, sulfates and iodine, they are also obtained from the sea. We get it from the sea. We depend on oceans to some extent of minerals. So we are dependent on the oceans for some extent of the minerals. Now children, we stop over here and we will proceed further on the next period. Thank you.